Hey friends, we're here for hamstrings, glutes, and core. My favorite day of the week. All right, so let's talk about what we need. I do have a shallow bench. It's out of frame. We'll be using that circuit 2. Circuit 1, you'll need a taller bench. You could also use a chair if you're at home. You could use a taller piece of furniture, maybe even a table. I like something around this height, so if you're at the gym, definitely go a bit higher than a regular bench, like a box. I'm using heavy weights today, 20s and 30s. I also have a mini loop band. And you may want something for support, like a chair or a wall. I have my box positioned up against the wall for step-ups, just to add that little bit of support. So let's get right into the warm-up. I want to start with air squats because, again, I want you to focus on activating the core, drawing the core, cough, activate it, draw the pelvis in on that negative motion, push up through the heels, and then really focus on, again, pulling that pelvis in tight without tucking the tailbone or swinging the spine. And we don't want to hyperextend the spine. So the spine, head, neck, shoulders, everything is always aligned, right? Straight line. I want you to really overemphasizing this, but pull that pelvis down and in. Come up, tuck the pelvis again, and repeat. So you will inevitably come forward slightly in your squat, okay? That's fine. Depending on your height, you may need your stance to be a bit wider as well. It's not a sumo, but we're not going skinny either. So I just want you to get that perfect regular squat before we start with any squat variations of the workout today. Foundational fitness, okay? If we don't get the basics and if we don't have the foundation, all of the work that we do is kind of meaningless, right? We will end workout with a 5-minute abs, which I love. Love that for us. Awesome. Last time, stay down and just get into that yogi squat. Open up the hips. Get some room in your space if needed. Whew. My hips are tight. Hip flexors are going to be tight if you're doing 2 leg days in a week. That's just the reality. So it's important to open up those hips every opportunity we get. We're going to come to the top of your mat, inchworm it into a high plank, then take that big step, drop the back knee, reach it up tall, T-spine, drop that elbow down and in, reach it up. The stretch is like a triple whammy. All right, last one. Send that right leg back to a down dog. Pedal if that feels good for you, stretching out the calves. Relax the head, neck, shoulders. Create separation there. Move those hips forward, back into your high plank. No sagging. Same deal, other side. I forgot to mention this too. I have a barbell option as well. So if you prefer a barbell or a landmine, go ahead and get that set up before we get started in circuit 1. Big step. Grab the front part of those toes. Send those hips down. Draw the hips up. Send those hips down. Draw the hips up. heel toe, back in, release, big inhale up, big exhale down. Woo, woo, okay. All right, feeling good, feeling loose. Go ahead and take some hip circles, stretch out the quads, take a minute to stretch out anything else that you might need before we get started. I'm going to go over circuit 1. Y'all can continue to stretch. We're going to begin with goblet squat holds. So goblet position, 1 heavy dumbbell or kettlebell. We will hold for about 3 seconds and then come up. We're shooting for 8 to 12 reps per every 30-second block of work. Obviously with those holds, you may not get as many reps, and that's okay. Then we move to dumbbell RDLs. Step ups on your box or bench. I'm going to go heavier than normal with my step ups because let's be honest. Then we will hit that 3 times, 4x3 circuit. Move into circuit 2, which begins with sumo RDLs. Kickbacks. Did I mention we need a mini loop band? I think I'm losing it. Mini loop band, that's optional. All right, so if you don't have a mini loop band, you can also potentially perform this with a long resistance band, depending on how you loop that, or just go to the gym, if you're taking this workout to the gym, a cable kickback with an ankle strap. And we're gonna go lat kickback, so out and to the side. I recommend a chair or wall to support you. Go ahead and get my timer ready. Keep stretching. All right, 30 seconds on my clock. Very quick transitions today, all right? So we're gonna be moving quick to keep that heart rate up. All right, goblet squat holds. Spoiler alert, I did basically this exact workout at the gym on Tuesday. I'm mimicking it at home to show you a couple things. RDLs are next. Number 1, you can get a super productive workout in at home. You don't need to be at the gym, especially this time of year when the gym gets fucking crazy. Number 2, you can be highly intentional with your workout at home and limit distractions. It's more distracting at the gym, I think. Everybody wants to talk, everybody wants to jump in. Your equipment. 3, 2, 1. You create a workout space. You create an intentional block of time. And you are unstoppable. Now with your step ups, you need to have that forward lean in order to place emphasis on the glutes. This is a glute move. Good for 3, 2, and 1. Good for 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Round 1. Circuit 1. Check my connection. Woo, connection's good. All right, here we go. Right back to it. If you need more rest, take it. Love a goblet. It forces that core to work the entire time. Little progression with that hold. Still aiming for full range of motion. Deepest part of that squat, we hold. 3, 2, 1. RDLs, your hips come back. We don't come forward, the hips go back. Till that deepest point, travel back until you can no longer travel back. That's your deepest point. For 3, 2, and 1. Nice and easy. Tempo is slow and under control. You rush these, you won't get as much out of the move. All glutes working. Good for 3, 2, and 1. Good for 3, 2, oh, fuck. Woo! Damn. Quick sip of water. All right, team. Last round, best round. Last round, best round. Halfway there, stay with it. Last time you'll see these. Good for 3, 2, ten seconds to go. Awesome work for 3, 2, and 1. If you need to get your form right in these step ups, go body weight. Good for 3, 2, oh, shit. Yes, the slow tempo It fucking hurts. It's challenging. That's the point. Good for 3, 2. Damn. Awesome work. Circuit 1 is done. We're going to go ahead and move our big box out of the way. Move our shallow bench in frame. Don't mind me. Just rest. Whew. Or get your shallow bench in frame along with me. All right, so sumo RDLs. Kicking things off with a sumo RDL. All right. Kickbacks are to follow. Make sure you've got your mini loop band, your wall or chair for support. Looks like, boom, out and to the side. Okay, so working those outer glutes. Then we come in to our regular bridging. We will add a pulse here. All right, so I'm going to give you a little bit of extra time to transition in this circuit. So 10 seconds to transition. Again, 30 seconds of actual real exercise work. Starting it off with our sumo RDL. Sumo stance. Slight bend in the knees, okay? For 3, 2, and 1. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Again, with your kickbacks, you're kicking it back to the deepest point. You're not a rock head. You're keeping a nice flat back. Glute activation only. Feel that pull, and then return, switch. If you need extra support, that's why we have either a bench or a chair to relax that upper body and allow you to focus on full range of motion here. It's a subtle move, very subtle move, and it goes such a long way with good form. 3, 2, and 1. All right, bridge with a pulse. I'm going 2 resistance bands for this first round, just to get a baseline. Pulse it, full rep, pulse it, full rep, pulse it. Because this pulse is a progression, you may want to go a bit lower in your weight or resistance than normal. 3, 2, last pulse it holds. Woo! Feel that difference? Holy shit. That's what glute isolation and activation feels like when done right. All right. Round 1 is done. Little recovery. Here we go, round 2. Get super intentional with every single rep. If you can go heavier, boom, don't wait for me to tell you. Under 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1. Little break from the grip heavy shit. Kickbacks. Now, if you've been trying to grow glutes unsuccessfully, this is literally the way to do it. Heavy compounds, squats, RDLs, unilateral work. Sprinkle that in. Sprinkle in the cardio, the little bit of core, because our core is activated in everything we do. Anyway, if you're not getting there with this weekly schedule, this weekly schedule is designed for you to be successful in growing muscle, losing body fat, changing your body composition. So, if you've been following the schedule and you're just not happy with the results, shoot me a message so we can talk about your nutrition. Because if that's the case, you're working too damn hard to just not see the results you deserve. It's going to be minor adjustments, I promise you. Don't cheat that pulse. Good for 3, 2, fuck. Woo! Damn. Hello, glutes. Hello, how are you? Good morning. Rest and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Here we go, last round, best round. If you need more recovery, take it. If not, get with me. Mind to muscle connection. How to maximize your results comes down to shrinking your exercise list down, becoming excellent at fewer exercises, and it's not about doing more. It's not about doing more exercises, doing more things for longer. It's about doing less and becoming excellent at fewer things. Pushes, pulls, compounds. Progressing in your weight selection over time. 3, 2. Woo! Switch it up. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Last time you'll see these babies. Relax that upper body. You're working against that resistance. Good for 3, 2, 1. Pulses for the last time. As heavy as possible. Last round, best round, do it. Keep pushing. Good for 3, 2. Fuck. Oh. Fuck yeah. Way to freaking work. We've got 5 minutes of core on the clock. Get room in your space. We're starting with a side plank. Yeah, side plank. My own exercise descriptions confuse me sometimes. Don't trip on Legos. 5 minutes on the clock. We've got, again, 30 seconds of work. Each interval, we're running right through, no stoppage. Starting with my go-to favorite, especially when there's glutes involved in the workout. Don't worry, everything else is on your back, on your mat. 10 seconds. Good for 3, 2, and 1. I know you're feeling it in the glutes. So am I. So am I. Woo! A little bit of core sprinkled in at the end. It's like the perfect little compliment. Awesome work. For 3, 2, 1. We've got a single leg drop or single leg march. C curve in that spine. Extend out. Do not flop the legs. No. Under control. Extend. We're using the lower abs to draw your knees in. Feel the difference? Do you feel the difference? Awesome work. For 3, 2, and 1. Bridge position. We've got an inverted march. Hold that bridge tight. Again, using your hip flexors to draw the knees in. This is so good for my postpartum mamas. Pelvic floor. It's all part of the core. Low back, glutes, everything. 3, 2, and 1. We're going into a single leg bicycle. C curve. In that spine, shoulder blades lifted. As a progression, leave your opposite leg floating. If you need to modify, rest. 5 seconds to go. Good for 3, 2, and 1. Take this move and slow your tempo down. I don't know what tempo you're going with right now. I don't care. Slow it down. If you're flying through core, you're not really engaging. I need you to slow things down and breathe. 10 seconds to go. Good for 3, 2, and 1. Back to the top. I know, your glutes are like done, so are mine. Last 3 minutes of work on the day. You know what I hear sometimes, and I just kind of laugh it off, but I feel I need to address it. I'm afraid to get too muscly. I'm afraid I'm gonna get too masculine looking. Girl, as if, okay? As if. Do you know how difficult it is to build muscle? It's difficult. It's not easy. You've got to be eating in a surplus, lifting heavy as fuck, and working within a 1 to 6 rep range. That's not going to happen here. You're going to develop lean, athletic looking muscle, lose body fat. Lost my spot. Okay, single leg march. This is what happens when you get me going. You are not going to accidentally look too muscular. There's a very specific method to achieve that type of look. It involves eating a fuck ton of calories every day. Are you eating a fuck ton of calories every day? Probably not. Are you lifting to your max effort for about 6 reps every workout? No, not if you're doing these workouts, right? Stop being afraid to lift. Stop being afraid to pick up a challenging weight. Your weights should challenge you. You should be pushing to fatigue or failure by those last few repetitions, somewhere within the 8 to 12 range. That is lean muscle building. We're getting our heart rate up, we're moving quickly, and we're getting some fat burning as well. Single leg bicycles, last 30 seconds, last 60 seconds of work, sorry. Switch. Good for 3, 2, and 1. Oh my God, awesome work. Woo, cool it down, hydrate, eat something nourishing today. Focus on your goals. Stop trying to compare. Stop trying to search for a magic pill or solution. It's not out there. The solution is already within yourself. You don't need to look for anything else. You need to draw that inspo from yourself. You need to do it for yourself, not for a 5K, not for a marathon, not for a race, not for this person or that person, for yourself. Okay, so if you can't dig down deep, write down your why, somewhere you can look at it every single day. That is your motivation, not mine, not someone else's. Slay the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.